Hey guys! Wow, it has been a very long time. That really wasn't intended, but yeah, it's been a very long time, and yeah. Well, anyway, I'm revamping my channel, and this is my first video, and I'm kind of mimicking the first video I did the first time I tried this. And I thought that would be kind of a cool parallel, but drawing the more developed Sana, because, yeah, if I thought she was developed in the other one, oh boy. And no, she's changed a lot more. So one thing that I wanted to cover, a lot of people have asked me what I use to draw and stuff, and honestly, it's not that complicated. For this video, I decided to be all fancy and use some Bristol paper because I, had Bristol paper. I don't know how I got so much Bristol paper, but I have a lot of it. I have like 3 things of it, and I never use it. So I was like, oh, I can use it for my first video, that's fine. So I used Bristol paper, but usually I just use printer paper from Walmart. Very cheap. I kind of get the texture tang because it's easier to draw on. Anyway, so I'm using Bristol for this video, but I use printer paper most of the time. And you can see I'm using a little click pencil, one of those extendable pencils, to sketch, so that's super fancy, yeah. I bet some artists would die if they saw me using that, but yep, that's what I use to sketch usually, because that way I don't have to sharpen it. And I use a micron for lining, usually. I think that one's a size 5. I'm doing a voiceover. You can kind of see my face in the frame. I apologize for the really bad video quality. I'm still learning how to film with a tripod and everything, and it's a process. I don't know everything about lighting and where to sit and all that. Also, this was at like a box. It wasn't even at a table, so I had to sit really crooked, and hopefully next time that won't be the case. But yeah, so I outline in micron, is what I use for that. They're a little expensive, but they're not bad. You can easily get that. And a tip for line art is to hold your hold your micron on the thing for as long as you can for that line. So don't sketch with your pencil. You are drawing. I mean, your pen. Don't sketch with your micron pen. You're drawing with it. You already did the sketch. So yeah, I'm just kind of redoing that old picture from the very first video. I'll insert a picture of that here-ish. I've really redone my style. Like, I went to college over that time, and I learned a little bit more about making a style, so it definitely looks different. The eyes aren't so big. Wow! Look at those old eyes. So then another common thing for me to use is colored pencils, and for the purpose of this video, I picked out all the colored pencils I would need to be using. And of course, you want to sharpen them to really fine points because you want to get nice details and subtle gradients, and you can't really do that with dull pencils. At least I find it extremely difficult to do with dull pencils. Is it possible? Yeah, probably, but no. So then, I'm contemplating this apparently, but start coloring, and you kind of do this very gentle overall circular motion is how I color with colored pencils. I'm sure there's other ways. I was looking up some videos on like how to do that, but yeah, this kind of is what I've established over the years for my traditional art, and yeah, I mean, so it was the first medium I started with. I was using the Rose Arts. These aren't Rose Arts, by the way, they're Prismacolors. Most of them, because Prismacolor is my jam. But when I started drawing, when I was like 13 or 12, well, I started drawing long before that, but when I started drawing characters, I was just using cheap pencils and learning with them. And finally, I got this set of like 62 Scholar Prismacolors when I was like 16. I was so happy. And now I just go to my local art store and buy Premier colored pencils, Prismacolors, whenever I need a replacement color. And I have kind of a palette for each character. I should probably put it, like, write it down somewhere. I just keep it in my head. It's probably a bad thing. But yeah, so just I color very gently to get that nice soft effect, and I color a little harder in areas I want to be darker from shadow, and I'll add shadows later. It's gentle coloring. But yeah, like, it is, you would not believe how much, from the time I made that first video, how much my art style and stories have changed. I mean, yeah, they still bear some resemblance. It's still kind of anime-esque and all that, but Sena here looks very different than the other one. And it's really funny because I talked about her short hair in the first video, which I don't really expect you to watch. I don't. It's not great, but you can if you want to, if you're curious. I talked about her short hair, and I said that she does have short hair. Well, yes, she does. She does when she's young. And then a certain something happens to her that causes her to not be able to cut her hair, which is a very interesting part of the story, because these characters that I draw are all from my books, so they all have a story behind them. And so I had to change her design, and her long hair is usually, like, braided to an insane degree, because obviously it's very valuable to her existence, to her continued existence. So, as for how that happened and why, that's probably best read. Honestly, if I explain it, it sounds like I probably was on drugs. It literally. Just ask an author about how they got to from one place to another, and it sounds absolutely crazy. So, you know. But it works in story, I believe. And I've had people critique and read it, and it works in story, to my knowledge, at this point. But yes, so this is her Sena's long hair. And I find it kind of amusing that my first video I did her younger self with the shorter hair, and now I'm doing the older self with the longer hair. And also, on another level of amusement, which probably, this isn't that funny, it's just funny to me. But I'm writing the story right now, currently. I'm writing The Warrior's Beginning, which happens to be the story where Sena is young and has short hair. And I just finished writing the first draft of For Warriors Cometh, which is the story where Sena is older and has the long hair. So that's probably where I got the idea to draw her with the long hair, because I just wrote that book, and I just finished it. And it's very, very long. I write very long books. I have a problem. But, yeah. So, I'm just coloring here. I leave kind of white areas for highlights. That's a good principle to do as you're coloring. Just leave these little jagged white streaks in here, kind of across in a shine pattern, how I do that. I don't actually have a white gel pen anymore, which is sad. I used to use my white gel pen to put glitter shines in the eyes and on the hair, but I think it dried up like 2 years ago, and for some reason, like, the art stores in my area just don't seem to sell it. I've looked so many times, and I have not found it. So yeah, one of these days I'll get a new gel pen. I'm sure I could get one online. I just haven't bothered. So yay, I compensated for my laziness. But yes, so the eyes don't really have the old shines that they used to, which I'm kind of okay with. Like, I don't hate it. It's fine. But yeah, I lost a bit of footage there. Sorry about that. I'm still not used to cameras, and for some reason it just shut off on me. And I don't know why. I still don't know why. Like, sometimes it's fine, and then other times it's like, nope, and it shuts off. And it has plenty of memory in the card, but no, it's just dead. Okay. This I wanted to show you guys because layering color pencils is very helpful. So Sena has this gray coat thing that I don't know how this became, like, her main design, but slowly it has. I literally designed it on a whim one day, And then it's just kind of become what I draw older Saina in, which, okay, I mean, I guess I didn't intend for that, but I like it, and it works well with her golden hair. But I want it to have like this dove gray look. Like it shouldn't be really purple like that sleeve is right now. So I lay down my lavender pencil first, and it's not really the right color. It's too vibrant for this coat, because this coat is, I'm imagining it being made out of some, natural fiber. I don't know if it's wool. It may be wool. Wool is very hard to come by in their universe, but yes, it is possible. So I don't know where Saina got a wool coat. There really hasn't been much trade between her nation of Keonaith and, like, Aesonir, the southern nation, where they actually have sheep. But I just kind of imagined it as wool. So in order to get that duller look, I use a gray pencil then on top of the purple to kind of just a light overlayer to then smooth it out and get it a nice dull color like it should be. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys that. Layering pencils is a very nice technique that I use a lot. I bought a bunch of stuff for some videos, and they should be really fun. I'm going to be drawing on non-traditional things, like clothes and stuff, but that'll be interesting. I found some cheap clothes, and I also found like some old stuff of mine that I was going to repurpose, which will be pretty cool, I think. And also, like, I want to draw different, like, pets and stuff that I have. But this was just kind of my base video where I was like, hey, I didn't die, I'm back, I exist. It's been kind of a rough few years. I intended to do this, like, consistently, but at the time when I started, I just did not have the right setup and stuff. But I think YouTube now is a good idea, because as my work is no longer fan fiction, it is its own novels. I can't just post it everywhere online anymore. But I still want to interact with you guys and talk to you, and I don't want to, like, just disappear off the face of the earth for 20 years until I finally manage to publish a book. So I just decided to come back on and draw a very simple reintroduction video of Saina waving, and more personality like she was smiling too much in the other one. In this one she's kind of smirking, like because that's more of her. But yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you guys like it, and if you want to subscribe, you're free to. Like, you don't have to, but you can if you wanted to. Anyway, I'm gonna go, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye!